collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Ronald Show, Ronald.
John, could you please tell us what the situation is with you and you're entering the United States?
A lot of people don't want me in, you know. They think I'm going to cause a violent revolution, which I'm not. And the others don't want me in because they don't want me to cause peace either, you know. Because peace is big, war is big business, you know, and they like war because it keeps them fat and happy. And I'm anti-war, so they're trying to keep me out, but I'll get in, you know, because they'll have to own up in public that they're against peace, you know.
What can we, as the youth of Toronto, like, what can we do to try and help you?
Help me by helping yourselves, you know, and the militant revolutionaries, ask them to show you one revolution that turned out to be what it promised militantly. That's, take Russia, France, anywhere they're at it. What they do is they smash the place down, then they build it up again, and the people that build it up hang on to it, and then they become the establishment. Now you guys are going to be the establishment in a few years. It's not worth knocking it down because it's convenient to have the rooms and the machinery. The thing is to protest, but protest non-violently, because violence begets violence, you know, and if you run around wild you get smacked, and that's it, you know, that's the laws of the universe. And they've got all the weapons, they've got all the money, and they know how to fight violence because they've been doing it for thousands of years, suppressing us. And the only thing they don't know about is non-violence and humour. And there's many ways of promoting peace. Do everything for peace. Piss for peace, or smile for peace, or go to school for peace, or don't go to school for peace. Whatever you do, just do it for peace. You know? It's up to the people. You can't blame it on the government and say they're doing this, they're going to put us into war. If we put them there and we allow it, you know, and we can change it. If we really want to change it, we can change it.
What about the Paul, Ringo, what's his name? George.
We're all four individuals, and George was saying to me, George is doing it in his own way, with the way he goes about his life. It's no good shouting on the street corner, I want peace, and then beating up your mates, you know. You've got to try and work your own head out, you know, and get non-violent. It's pretty hard, because we're all violent inside. We're all Hitler inside, and we're all Christ inside. And it's just to try and work on the good bit of you.
Once I just got this feeling, you know, out of your WLP after I was listening to it for a long time, I started getting this feeling that there's a message in it, you know?
You know, messages are there on all levels, in all music. And whatever level you get it on, I've had it too when I wrote it or sang it. But some of that stuff, I write it, record it, and play it, and I don't hear it till a few months later, and I'm lying down with a say, I'll think, I'll listen to the Beatles album and try and hear it in retrospect and not objectively. And it's about everything. So it's about UK, it's about USSR, and it's about nothing, it's about USA. But anything you hear is there. You know, it's all there. And the same as in a flower, everything's there. You know, it just is, and if you look long enough, all answers are in it, you know, and the same with the music.
Key for the big box.
Why? Oh, the key to the big box, I don't know. I've no idea what it is.
Key to the big box? And his right jacket, maybe.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse. Rapture, the 2012 Pole Shift, and Extraterrestrial Contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening.
Hi, I'm Ronald, and welcome back to The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. That's right, you've probably got that tagline memorized by now. And anyway, today is April 7th, 2011, and I just finished day 4. Let's see, is it day 4? I'll tell you. Yeah, see? I did day 3. Today's day 4. I did X stretch, and so it's day 4 of week 4. So 2 more days to go, and then I get to measure myself and weigh myself and take pictures and everything like that. So it's going to be fun, so I can see the progress, and I can tell you that I have made progress, and I feel good, and I'm more flexible. Doing these X stretch, when I first started, that was the first time I did the X stretch, but every workout you warm up with some ballistic and some static stretching, and from day 1 until now, it's been a big improvement. And I also noticed my feet weren't always pointed straight when I was stretching, so I've been really working to get them straight instead of like kinked a little bit, and I can feel the stretch in the bottom of my feet, and it feels good. So yesterday I was in the voiceover booth, right? And I hope you enjoyed that little show, part of that, and I enjoyed that. That was good. It was quick, right? 35 minutes in the voiceover booth, do the commercial. I've done the commercial several times, and I got a call back this morning, from my agent, that I'm on hold for the H.H. Gregg commercial from Sunday through Wednesday. So it looks like they're going to film either sometime between Sunday and Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So cool. I can't do anything until then, so I'll just chill out and wait for my agent to call me, and then I'll go do that commercial, and that'll be fun. I get to play I think I'm going to be playing a husband, something like that. I auditioned for this funny role, I had to be funny, whatever funny is. I don't know if I'm funny or not. That's up to whoever. But I've done some comedy. I've done some stand-up comedy. I think I'll even put a bit on my show, maybe, coming up, of stand-up comedy. I don't know. I have 2 versions of it. They're a little bit vulgar. I use some vulgarity, some cursing, what's called vulgar, what the FCC would call curse words. And remember, the Federal Communications Commission, they are a department, I believe, of the United States Corporation. So, again, there's the United States Corporation posing as a government, telling you how to speak, what's appropriate for language, what you're allowed to listen to, You probably noticed I don't use a lot of curse words, I don't use a lot of vulgarity, but I don't know, sometimes I do if I think it's appropriate, but not often. But they're just words. And I don't even like saying vulgarity or cursing. They're just words. But they've been labeled. You've been conditioned to label everything. And when you do that, you put things in little boxes and compartments, and you label them. That's what this whole reality has turned into, is one big box of labels broken up into smaller boxes. And then you're forced into one box. You call yourself something, you worship something, you drive something, you have a certain status about something. Every part of your life is labeled. You're too fat, you're too thin, you're not flexible. I'm getting flexible, so there's another label. It's all about labels. This world is filled with labels. If you could get to the point where you didn't label anything, then you would be free from labels. I guess that's as simple as it gets, but it would probably change you to a certain degree. For instance, the term illegal alien. I'm not talking about aliens from the sky or from another planet or from another dimension. And by the way, there are trillions of planets out there, all harboring life in some degree or another in whether we can understand it or not. But there are dimensions of perception that we can't fathom. There are planets all over the place. And there is life on other planets. Mathematically, it's a fact. It has to be. And if there are certain life forms that have advanced, maybe 1,000, suppose we've met an advanced life form that was just 50 years more advanced than we were. Just 50 years. And they had a computer. Just think about where our computer is going to be 50 years from now with what we're doing with holographic technology, 3D technology, nuclear technology, nanotechnology. So say there's a alien species we meet that's maybe 1,000 years more advanced or 10,000 years more advanced. You'd think that they'll have the capability and have figured out how to travel through space and time from point A to point B without having to actually move. I don't know, I'm just theorizing, but remember, life as you know it is a translation of light energy, light wavelengths. There is nothing that's physical. Everything is light. I mean, you might think that you're physical, but you're not. Your senses, your fingertips, when you touch yourself, are actually transmitting light. Is, that you're bouncing off of your aura that is creating this image of yourself. So you're not really physical. So nothing is physical. Therefore, travel isn't actually a physical movement. It's mental. The entire universe that you're enclosed in is a placebo effect, and it's all mentally charged through your perceptions. So think about that. Your whole world is your own creation. Anyway, I was talking about illegal aliens and the boxes that were put in and the labels, and if you think about it, an illegal alien is somebody that doesn't live in the same landmass or corporation as you, and then they come from another corporation and they come into your corporation's boundaries, land boundaries, and then the media says that they're illegal aliens, and then you call them illegal aliens, and then there's animosity and hatred, and then there's taxes and the monetary system, and it all fuels your anger and hatred towards another human being, another soul energy that you're calling an illegal alien, like they're attacking you, like, oh, they're going to take your job and your money and your health benefits and all that stuff, and you're living in fear about somebody taking something from you, and you're calling these people illegal aliens. Well, you're born on this planet, and you should be able to live. You want to be able to live. You want to understand that you can live wherever you want. And now you've got this government corporation telling everybody where they can live and where they can't live, and what they can do and what they can't do, and what they can say and what they can't say, and what they should think and what they shouldn't think. Do you like working for that kind of a corporation? I don't. I do not like working for that kind of corporation. All right? So remember, don't call them illegal aliens. They're human beings, and they want to survive just like you want to survive. And there's a system that's been put in place by the United States Corporation and any other corporation that's posing as a government that's making man hate another man because they've been labeled by these corporations. Does that make sense to you? Are you in agreement with that? You might be, You might be. You might not be thinking clearly, but I'm telling you, it's the new generation coming up. Whoever survives whatever's going to be happening over the next 18 to 24 months with planet Nibiru, which should be visible in the southern hemisphere around May 14th, and whatever the consequences are of the Japan nuclear meltdown and the radiation pouring into the ocean that's going to kill that ecosystem and poison our food, and is probably poisoning our air and our water and our spinach and milk. We're headed for major changes. So before you start pointing finger at other people and calling them something, point to yourself. My phone's ringing. Point to yourself and label yourself first, okay? All right, let's see who this is. Grab my phone. Oh, Javier. Okay, good. Okay. All right, that was Javier Marino, and we are working on a major film company. I'll be moving to Miami soon, so that's going to be good. All right. Anyway, thank you for tuning into the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military industrial complex. Peace. Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Hi everybody, I'm Ronald and welcome to The Ronald Show, documenting, say it with me, the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. I am your host, Ronald, and today is April 8th, 2011, and I just finished week 4, day 5 of Cardio X, or of P90X, and I just did Cardio X, and I'll tell you what, it is getting easier. I'm still sweating, but it's not that it's getting easier, it's just that I'm getting in better shape. And that is good because I can tell how I did Cardio X the first week to now how I'm doing it in the 4th week, and I don't have to take as many breaks. I took 2 breaks, 2 quick 30-second breaks to catch my breath because I could feel my heart racing and I was jacked up. And I am feeling good now. Yesterday, and here's something I want you to know, because this is important. When Tony Horton tells you that it's going to improve your overall physical fitness and everything that you're doing with sports, if you're an athlete, I'll tell you this. I play men's baseball in a men's baseball league. I played college baseball. I've played baseball my whole life, ever since T-ball, Little League, Babe Ruth, Stan Musial, college, high school. I didn't play minor leagues. But I did play Division I, NCAA Division I baseball at Samford University in Birmingham. Then I played at Brevard Community College in Brevard County, Florida. And then I went into the military and played softball and football and basketball. Now, yesterday I did X stretch. And right after X stretch, I went right to a baseball game and I pitched 7 innings. Wood bat baseball. I pitched the whole game. We only play 7 innings in our wood bat league because it's the spring season. Yeah, spring, and it's April, so whatever month we're in. I know winter is Christmas time. I think fall is like September, October, and then spring. So we're in spring and we're headed towards summer. So we're getting ready for the summer league. Anyway, I did a full stretch workout, and I was sweating when I left. Cooled off for a few minutes, put on my uniform, went to the field, and pitched. And I'll tell you something, I felt so loose and strong, and I had to throw a lot of pitches. Not because I suck, but because I was a little wild. I was so amped up, I felt so good. I was kind of throwing all over the place. I'm a left-handed pitcher. I throw about maybe 81, 82 miles an hour. I used to throw a little harder, like 83 to 88. And we won 5-4, but I could really notice a difference in my arms and legs and back and core and my stamina. And it was huge difference in how the game went, for me anyway, and how I felt as a pitcher. So, if you're an athlete and you play a sport, consider that. Realize it's going to help your game. Now, when I went over to Tampa on Wednesday to Ron Rose Productions to do the Louisiana Iced Tea voiceover stuff, I met retired NFL football player Darren Howard. He was a defensive end for the New Orleans Saints. And he was also a defensive end for the Philadelphia Eagles last year, 2010. He played with Michael Vick. He said Tony Horton comes by every now and then and works out with the NFL team, doing the P90X program with him. And David Akers, the Philadelphia Eagles kicker, is religious about P90X. And a bunch of them are, but David Akers said it like, he shed like he ripped up totally, got a lot stronger, more flexible, and added 5 yards to his distance on his kick. So, whether you're an amateur athlete or a professional athlete, it doesn't matter. P90X is going to help you. And if you're just out of shape and you want to get back in shape and you want to get totally ripped, I'm getting ripped. In 2 more days, I'm going to do my measurements, my weight, and we'll see how it's been for the past month. Or the first, 4 weeks for me, because I have taken a day off here and there because of scheduling. Tomorrow I have to go to Sanford over in Orlando to do my fitting for the H.H. Gregg commercial. So I got to drive over there for that. When I get home, I'll do my, tomorrow for me is week 4, day 6, and it's going to be the Yoga X. And if you've never done yoga before, and you think yoga is just a bunch of poses and stuff, do the Yoga X for P90X, and tell me what you think about yoga after that, because it is a workout. This is all a workout. Muscle confusion, lots of keeping your heart rate up. I am dripping sweat, and that was a 47-minute workout, and I'm soaked, man. I am soaked. I'm not spraying myself down. I'm sweating. What else am I here to talk about? I think that's pretty much it. I'm not selling you P90X. I'm doing P90X because this is part of my life. It's the Ronald Show, part of the Ronald Show. I'm Ronald, so I'm just telling you what's going on. All right. All right. Thanks for watching the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Peace.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald Farnham, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of They, the 3 Magic Questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hi everybody, I'm Ronald, and welcome to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Now, I've been saying that for a while, and is the world coming to an end as we know it? Maybe. Anyway, today's Thursday, April 14th, 2011, and I just finished day 1 of week 5, so I'm in my 2nd month now. So week 5, day 1, I did core synergistics, and I had taken a few days off. Monday I had the H.H. Gregg commercial shoot, so I went over to Orlando and did that at a closed down Circuit City, so that was pretty funny. I played the bad guy, so you'll probably see the commercial. I think it's a national commercial. It was cool. Tuesday, I was busy all day Tuesday. I had a conference call, and then yesterday I had a conference call, and I've been working on finishing the editing of a couple of books. So today's Thursday, and I started week 5, day 1, and I took my pictures. And last night I watched a pretty cool movie called Esoteric Agenda by Benjamin Martin, and I watched his other movie, Kymatica, and you can check him out at, there's a website, but check it out on YouTube, and the website will be given to you. It's like Talisman something.com or .org, really, because .com wouldn't resolve to any website, so it's .org. But you'll see the website on Esoteric Agenda. Very interesting movie. One of my books that I'm writing covers all of those topics and deals with that. So that's that. Anyway, today's Thursday, April 14th, 2011. I'm Ronald. Thank you for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And we'll see how things go. You'll get something out of the Esoteric Agenda movie and the Kymatica movie. Apparently, the biorhythm of the planet is speeding up, and we're headed to an evolutionary jump in our vibrational existence. And it's supposed to culminate on 2012, December 21st, 2012. And something I learned from the movie, a good thought that he put in my head. We are vibrational beings, and our existence around us is a manifestation of our subconscious projection. Therefore, whatever we think and believe manifests into our reality. So, control your subconscious belief set, and you can control your reality. However, our entire reality is one solid mass and interconnected. So we are the same everywhere. There's no real separation other than what our ego believes to be separation. It's kind of a weird dichotomy of existence. We are all one, yet we have this feeling of separation and isolation within our own vessel. So that's something to think about. The bottom line is, think positive thoughts, positive outcomes, a positive existence, and that's what you will manifest. But you have to believe it. All right? All right. All right, take care. Until next time. I'm Ronald. Thanks for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Who has control of your subconscious mind? So be careful what you listen to. Be careful what you read. Be careful what you believe. Be careful what you watch on television, listen to on the radio, read in the newspapers. All of that affects your subconscious belief set and dictates your reality. All right? If you can, turn everything off. Don't watch news. Don't read newspapers. Don't believe all the mayhem and destruction. Live for the now. Be happy. Live in joy. Don't worry about your bills. Don't worry about taxes. Remember, you, the human being, are not being taxed. You, your social security number and the capital fiction is being taxed. If you don't answer to it, then you don't give it authority over you. So there's nothing to worry about. Peace out.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah. Book 1, The Awakening.
Hi, I'm Ronald Farnham, and that's Ronald, F like in Frank, ARNHAM. My agency is Emerge Talent, and that phone number is 321-293-0294. And I am non-union, and I live in Palm Bay, Florida, which is about 20 miles north of Sebastian, so I guess I'm considered a local. Like I said, I'm non-union, and that's it. Here we go.
Can you just please hold on to her for a little bit? I can try and find the money to buy her back.
Look, miss, what do you think this is, a pawn shop?
Well, can I at least tell her goodbye? She's like one of the family.
Yeah, do whatever you want, lady. Just don't be dropping by here out of the blue for conjugal visits. Unless, of course, you're here to see me. Hi, I am Ronald Farnham, Farnham. My agency is Emerge Talent. Their phone number is 321-293-0294. I am from Palm Bay, Florida, about 20 miles north of Sebastian, and I am non-union. Okay, here we go.
Can you just please hold on to her for a bit until I can try to find the money to buy her back?
Sorry, lady. What do you think this is, a pawn shop?
Well, I can at least tell her goodbye. She's like one of the family.
Yeah, go ahead, do what you want. Just don't be showing up here asking for conjugal visits. Unless, of course, you're here to see me. Hi, I am Ronald Farnham. That's Farnham. I am non-union. I live in Palm Bay, Florida, which is 20 miles north of Sebastian. My agency is Emerge Talent. Their phone number is 321-293-0294. All right? Here we go.
Can you just please hold on to her for a little bit until I can try to find the money to buy her back?
Look, lady, this isn't a pawn shop.
Well, can I at least tell her goodbye? She's like one of the family.
Yeah, sure. Do what you want. Just don't be showing up here asking for conjugal visits. Unless you're here to see me.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald Farnham, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the three magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hello everybody, I'm Ronald and welcome back to The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military industrial complex. Today is Saturday, April 17th, and I just finished day 2 of week 5 of P90X. I just finished doing Cardio X, and I was able to get through the entire workout, only taking one break that I needed. I thought my heart rate was up pretty high to go and do the next exercise, so I had to take about 30 seconds and catch my breath. Just got back from Miami, went down there today to do some voiceover work for University of Miami student film that I was in. Some of the audio didn't come out good, so I went down there and worked with the director, Evan, and got the and saw some of the footage too, and it came out pretty good. It's going to be a cool film. I'll be posting it. I'll probably run the film during the show, one of these shows. So we'll see about that. Last night, before I went to Miami this morning, I watched the third movie by Peter Joseph, Zeitgeist Moving Forward. Good movie. He talks about the human condition, about how genetics does not determine behavior, that really it's very environmental, and it was pretty interesting. He had a few experts on, and they were working on shattering some of the common theories regarding human behavior. And remember, we don't live in a physical world. It is a thought-based world, a manifested thought world, not actually physical. It's light energy, physical senses interpreting and translating light impulses through the lens of the subconscious mind and the eyes also. So it's pretty interesting. Now, at the end of the movie, Peter Joseph basically, his answer to the monetary system, he goes over a resource-based economy, comes up with a very solid plan. The plan has been in place for a while now, the Venus Project, probably, I think at least a few years. And he explains it very lucidly, very clearly. It makes a lot of sense, resource-based economy. But he doesn't talk about how to get rid of the monetary system. He does say that we should run on the banks, get all of our money out of the banks, throw it into the street. Now, instead of just throwing it into the street, I think we should burn it. Because like he says, If there is no money in circulation, that means no debt. So if everybody took all of their money and burned it and there was no currency, we would have no debt. So when the time comes, I'm going to actually ask everybody to take their money out of the bank, throw it out into the backyard, and burn it. Don't throw it in the middle of the street. There might be some people who don't do it, but burn all of your money. The only way we're going to effect a change on this planet is if everybody acts together as one. That's why the answer is this. Everybody has to be accounted for. Everybody. Every race, every person needs to sign up and be accounted for outside of the U.S. government. And then the only way to do this is for everyone to disenroll from the U.S. government by tearing up the Social Security card, burning all of your money, claiming sovereignty. Then there's no more government corporations anymore and no more monetary system. That's the way to do it. Peter Joseph didn't say to do it, but he alluded to it in the vision that he showed. I think it might be illegal to be asking people to burn their money, but what is illegal? That's just the laws by some government corporation, by some corporation telling you what to do. So, think about it. Remember, you are only held to the laws that you submit yourself to as a corporate fiction. You, the human being, are not bound by corporate laws. Your corporate fiction is bound by corporate laws. Remember that. It took me a long time and a lot of studying to understand the concept. A lot of this is going to be new to probably all of you, most of you. And everybody is stuck in a specific paradigm of thinking. And what has to happen is our thinking has to change. We have to think outside the box. There's got to be a different way of looking at reality. If we keep doing things the same way, expecting a different outcome, we're insane, right? Right now we're living on an insane planet. We keep doing things the same way, expecting a better outcome. Like the stimulus package. Okay, Obama said, let's print off more money. It'll stimulate the economy. Yet it throws us more in debt. Remember, the more currency there is, the more debt. So he basically just printed up more debt. He printed us into debt, more debt. That's crazy. It's insane. The government corporations are doing this on purpose because they are power mongers and they don't care about human beings. Remember, human beings are a resource. They talk about the GDP, the gross domestic product. 17% of that increase in gross domestic product, is said in the Zeitgeist movie, is based on healthcare, which equates to sick people. So the sicker and more unhealthy we are, the higher our GDP. Well, that's insane too. 500,000 people die every year from smoking-related illnesses. 5 million people a year die from car accidents. How many people die from war? A few thousand. Yet there's a war on terror, but there's no war on cigarettes and driving. And remember, what you resist persists. That means whatever you fight against remains there for you to fight against. Our goal is not to fight against the United States Government Corporation and the global military-industrial complex. Our goal is to turn away from it. If we resist it, it will persist. We must turn away from it. And we do that by tearing up our Social Security card and turning the other way, forming our own corporation. Walk away from Obama and Rumsfeld and Cheney and the United Kingdom and the City of London, okay? Or the city in London. That's the legal doctrine that rules the world. So remember, we don't want to fight against them. We don't need to go into the street and riot. We simply need to shut our doors, tear up a Social Security card, burn all of our money, and agree that we're going to work together in a resource-based economy or society. We shouldn't even use the word economy anymore. So what is going to have to happen is that we're going to have to start sharing what we have. And our most fundamental things that we need to share are food and water. So the thing to do before you burn all your money and tear up your Social Security card is spend all of your money on food and water and store it in your house. Stop paying your bills. Stop paying your mortgage. Do not pay your taxes ever again. Remember, they're not taxing you, the human being. They're taxing the corporate fiction. Once you tear up your Social Security card, possession is 9/10 of the law. It's your house. You own it. Okay? Especially as a sovereign human being, don't answer the door to the authorities. They're not there to talk to you. They're there to communicate to your fiction. These are the steps to take. I think I'm going to make another announcement soon, but not this show. All right? So remember, turn the other cheek. Do not fight. What you resist persists. Take all of your money out of the bank. Buy food and water that will last you at least a year to 2 years. So you're going to need a gallon of water per day for 365 days. Let's call it, 700 days. So 700 gallons per person in your house. So I think you'd be safe with 2,500 gallons. So if you can take $2,500 or $3,000 and over the next month buy all of the gallons of, just keep buying water and store it in one room in your house. All the water. You want a room full of gallons of water. Then either order online as much food as you can. Now this means don't pay your mortgage anymore. If you got a $1,500 a month mortgage and you got a car payment, take that $2,000 and buy water with it. Okay? Take another $2,000 the next month and buy food with it. Store. You can get it online. You can get a year's worth of supply of food. Do it. All right? And then take out all the money out of your bank, cash everything in, buy all of the food and water and resources that you need, and then take that money and hide it. And when the time is right, and everybody's going to do this, we burn the money together. Okay? Turn the other cheek. Tear up your Social Security card, get food and water, burn your money. Don't pay taxes, don't pay your rent, don't pay your bills. Don't answer the door to authorities. They're not there to communicate with you. They're talking to your fiction. You are not a fiction. Okay? All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching The Ronald Show. I'm Ronald, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Peace.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
It's moving. It's a plane. Superman. It's a plane. It's Superman.
You think that's what it is?
It's a plane, Ronald.